Yo, what's going on, guys? Chris Bonner here, Overtime Athletes, and for today's video, what I want to discuss is the 3 keys that I focus on, the fundamentals to develop acceleration in an athlete, right? This is the all-out burst, the first 10 yards of an actual sprint, and I want to kind of walk you through some of the things of what I do phase by phase of how we're actually developing acceleration in an athlete. So the 3 things are essentially speed or neural of the actual movement, how fast, right, of the frequency. Number 2 is how much force an athlete can actually put into the ground. And number 3 is actually going to be the actual mechanics or the leg action of the actual athlete so that we can get proper trajectory, okay? So starting from the beginning, this is how in the actual order that I actually focus on. So number 1 is about frequency. We're moving over or shifting over the force velocity curve, focusing more on the velocity side of things, okay? So these are more neural drills that focus on low impact, right? Low complexity, but they focus on rapidly flexing and extending the hip. Think about things like piston runs, band piston runs, high knee runs, really just simple movements where the athlete can train fast to get fast. Again, this is all about firing up the nervous system. Now that we've done this in phase 1, we want to move over to the force side of things. Now in these drills, we're actually focusing on the athlete being able to draw and push back down into the ground, producing force, right? Creating a horizontal trajectory in the position we're going in. So the whole thing that we're trying to do with these drills is focusing on when the foot makes contact back down behind the hip, I'm having a positive shin angle that's driving me forward. I love drills like half kneeling starts where the athlete has to be able to produce force through a full range of motion from a dead stop, no pre-stretch. I love things like bounds, right? Alternating bounds, bounds into sprints, where the athlete has to continue to focus on driving back down into the ground and pushing away from the ground, pushing and propelling themselves forward. And then number 3 is the mechanic side of things. And this is all about getting the proper trajectory to push yourself horizontally forward, right? So we work the rapid rate and frequency, then we work the actual force propelling against the ground. And now what I want to do is I want to make sure that we're projecting ourselves in that proper horizontal or forward motion, right? So there's a couple things I like to focus on after we've established that speed and force side of things. Now I can teach an athlete to have proper heel recovery, right? So they're not stepping over the actual knee, but they're stepping over the ankle, keeping a low heel recovery, keeping the chin tucked, spine in line, eyes drawn down. These are things that are going to support, from a physics standpoint, just a good position for them to be able to apply force back down into that ground, okay? So I really like to focus on 1, 2, 3. They all intermix to create better acceleration, but if you think about the drills in that fashion, where we're focused on frequency, force, production, then finally we can start to add a little bit of mechanics. From there, you can really develop acceleration in an athlete. I hope that helps. Hey, if you guys are interested in a full speed program, go ahead, check out down below, and I'll holler at you guys next time. I want to see you get that back, boom, and explode out, push horizontally.